Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. A very special unboxing, something that came in from a channel member. Actually, one of the subscribers made a knife. He actually makes knives and he sells them. So he made one that he wanted me to check out. So here it is. I'm pretty excited about this. I know several people who have some of his knives, so this is going to be pretty exciting. Today I'm opening up with my Ridge Rider. This here is the McNeese knife. It was the Blade Show Atlanta Knife of the Year. A really great knife. When I got it, I said this was just an amazing knife. It just looked like it had everything I wanted at the time. So it kind of got me going into fixed blades, and so that's why I'm kind of really excited about checking this out. You know, you get a knife that turns you on to a new style of knife, and it's going to be pretty exciting. So let's take a look. All right. So what do we have here? All right, nicely wrapped. Ooh, look at that handle. I do like that. Ooh, that's a nice handle. Yeah, he asked me, pick out the color of the handle, and I really thought this looked nice. It's kind of like a creamy, kind of a cool color. I really think it's pretty neat. So let me grab a cloth before I go a little further. Okay, so I'm back. So one of the things that somebody asked, what should you call this knife? So I suggested to him, this should be called the Sumptuously, Creamy-Dreamy, Silky, Subtly, Stealthy Slicer. So let's take a look. It's got a Kydex sheath here, which I really like. Nicely buttoned up there and everything like that. That's really cool. So let's see how it comes out. Nice click. Let's hear that again. So nice. All right, so there we go. Now he did put a bunch of beeswax on there to keep it from rusting. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to wipe that down. I'm going to have to get a different cloth for that because I need to wipe that down. Where's my, oh, there we go. I think I can use this one. All right, so let's do that. So it's beeswax, which helps it when you transport so it doesn't rust. I think this might be 1095 blade steel, which is a great steel for fixed blades, right? So, and he makes his own, and he even's got a little jig on there, which I think is pretty stinking cool. So let's take a look at that. Like a nice little texture there, polished edge. It almost looks like a Scandi grind, but it does have a little slight edge right there, a slight recurve right there, a little choil. Let's feel that in hand. Wow, that is like right at the limit of my hand. There we go. That is cool. Nice. I like the texture on the top here. That's pretty cool too. Definitely a cool little fixed blade. So let's see here. Goes in nicely. I'd have to put a little ulti clip on there to carry that little puppy. That is really cool. I do like that. So I think this is a really good name for it because it has the roughness that he does with a lot of his stuff with acid wash and the jig and the stuff, but yet it's got a kind of a nice, really beautiful, smooth look to it with the brass pins there and this sort of, I don't know if this is G10. It's like a marble, almost looks like a marble, right? So it's really pretty. It's cool. It's cool looking. So it kind of earns the name of the Sumptuously Creamy, which I look at the handle, which kind of gives me that feeling like it's like a butterscotch candy or something, right? Dreamy, silky, subtly, stealthy slicer. And this slicer itself right here, it's got a nice wedge on top, which is going to be great for turning cuts. And it's subtly because it's got a nice little Kydex holster that you could definitely do some nice EDC with. I like that. I like that a lot. This is definitely a nice, small, kind of a workhorse type of knife. I like that full tang all the way through on both sides. You can see that. That's really nice. Yeah, nice and polished all the way around. Really nice contours. I like that. There's no sharp spots anywhere, which is really cool. And that's even cool. You can see that, like how it pulls together. This kind of reminds me of I don't know what this reminds me of. It looks like marble to me, right? It's kind of like plastic, but marble. I do love that. That is really cool. I like how he polished it all the way around. Nice in the grip there. Man, it just fits my hand. Just fits my hand. Any smaller and it would be too small. It would be a 3-finger knife, right? I suspect for Mr. Eddie, he's the one who designed this, by the way. If I didn't say that, Mr. Eddie, I'll probably have his link down below for his Instagram page and his YouTube channel. He also has a YouTube channel page too, which a lot of people are doing who are on Instagram, especially to give a little visibility to their knives, right? So, and I love the texture on top. This kind of gives it like almost like this jimping all the way across. Like you could do a precision cut and you've got jimping for like nice texture on there. I like that a lot. And then it just gives it that character. See how it's just real subtle in there? It's just enough to give it that unique look, and then it polished up really, really nice there. I really dig that. So on that note, I feel like I got to see. I wonder what Mr. Eddie sharpened that edge at. I'm gonna guess maybe 20, 25 degrees. Maybe 20, 23, 24 degrees. That's what I'm feeling like. Oh, that one is. Got to go a little lower, maybe 20. Yeah, so that one's about 20. Yeah, so that feels like it's around 20. So it looks like it did about 20, which is a good, I think is a good angle for a fixed blade. You know, it depends on if you need it to be a super slicer, you might go like at 17 or whatever. You do that for kitchen knives. Kitchen knives do 15 to 17. But for fixed blades, you want a little better angle because you might do some hard use with it, right? And that's what this feels like. Like this would be a hard use knife. Like you could really take this and use it for hard work around the house. I have another knife that was given to me that I do use for hard use. I got to thank Chef Rocky for that one. But this one right here is really, really cool. This is handmade. So it's just kind of, it's got that nice handmade touch, you know, and the fact that he asked me what colors would I like to see of this put together, I thought that was really nice. So like I said, I like the swedge. I like the texture on top. I like the drop point that comes up here. It's not quite a clip point because it does just drop, right? It's not really clipped off. I love this. So let's take a look at that real quick. We'll do a zoom up. I want to feel this edge because I feel like it's pretty good. It's around 20. I bet it sure feels like it's around 20, maybe 21, 22, but it sure feels right around 20. Yeah, look at that. Let's see. Yeah, we're nice and sharp, so that's cool. All right, cool. Digging that. All right, so let's zoom in a little bit and take a look at this. Oops, gotta get in here. Here we go. So here's the blade. Like I said, with that beautiful texture. You see that? That texture, and then nice polish on the blade right there with a nice edge. You can see that. And then you see the texture on top, which gives it almost like a jimping feel up there. You know? And then let's look at the other side of the blade. Again, you've got that texture. It kind of, I don't, you know what this reminds me of? This is almost like, I know it's gonna sound weird, but it's like sideburns, like really cool, manly sideburns, like they used to do in the 70s and 80s. You remember that? So this is kind of reminds me like a little sideburn on the blade. You know, it just looks nice. Just looks nice. It's just enough there just to kind of give it a little extra character, but you know, it's not like a full-on beard. I've seen some of his other ones. He's got some really full textured and some really cool ones, but this is right up my alley. This is right up my alley. It's like a satin finish here, a nice swedge here, drop point, a little bit of texture, kind of what brings it all together. Nice little texture up here because I dig the jig and I dig that kind of look and everything. And then right here, this is where I was going to show you. So you can see the mix of, it's like a resin epoxy, but it looks like marble. And so the way it pulled together over here, you can definitely see that. And that's where I feel like this handle and then these brass pins right here that holds it together through the full tang, which is nice. It's going to be nice and secure. But this beautiful kind of a handle right here is where I think it gets the sumptuously creamy, dreamy, silky, subtly, and then stealthy slicer because it's a small little knife. It's not. This is definitely here. I'll show you. It's definitely smaller than my McNeese. My McNeese is not a giant knife by any stretch of the imagination. And this is a pretty small. This is a little 8-inch blade here, but here we're looking at probably 6 3/4, 6 maybe 7/8 or 5/8 around there. That's what I feel like. And then you've got a blade that's just over 3 inches, maybe 3 1/4, right? And the handle right there is right around. Is it 3 1/2? Is that the handle? Am I getting 3 1/2? Oh no, we're getting right at 3 1/4. So just in my grip range. I wonder if Mr. Eddie, this is like a 3-finger knife for him. It's got to be a 3-finger knife for him. But then again, I got meaty fingers, so I got to tell you, I got meaty fingers. You know, did I do that again? I did. Dang it. Get so caught up in these things, I forget to zoom out. All right, so here, let's back up. We're going to start this over. All right, I'm back. So I brought out the McNeese because I feel like this is a small knife, but it's, you know, my McNeese is a small knife. It's only a little over 8 inches. It's not a big knife, right? But this little guy right here, he's going to be around, little, just under 7 inches, right? So it's maybe 6 3/4 or 6 7/8. The blade itself right here is looking just about 3 1/4. The handle itself on this one's going to be about a little over 3. I want to say 3 1/4, 3 1/2. So you know you got some grip you can get on there. And I think Mr. Eddie's hands are much bigger than mine, but I do have meaty fingers. So the width of my fingers make this like probably an extra large, double extra large hand because of my meaty fingers. So if you don't have meaty fingers, you would probably be like this with an extra large hand grip or double extra large hand grip with thinner fingers, right? But this feels nice. It's very, very subtle. And I like the Kydex right here. I always like Kydex holsters over leather sheaths because I always cut the leather sheaths. I know Rocky Graham let me check out one of his Bark River ones. Super cool knife. Super stinking cool knife. They're expensive, but it's a super cool knife. But it had a leather sheath, and I got to tell you, that leather sheath was... I didn't put the knife in because I was afraid to do it. I was afraid I was going to cut it. So I sent it back to him, and maybe he'll send me a picture and be kind enough to let me know and take a look at it or whatever. He's also working on knives too. So we got a couple of, really cool knife makers in the community. I'm excited. I'm excited to get to check some of these out. Nice sheath, definitely. I'm going to see if I can get my Ulti clip to fit on there. I've got a couple of Ulti clips over here. We'll give that a try. But yeah, nice grip. And you know what? It's square enough. It's not round. Some people, there's I forget which one it is, but they have a round grip, and I don't like that because it turns in my hand. This has got enough square here, but rounded corners that I can get a presentation and I can control my turn, and it's not going to lose. I'm not going to lose it. And here's the other thing. Because of that, I can get in here and I can do a nice push cut. I can also get in here and I can do a nice pull cut if I got to pull through something heavy like leather or plastic or cardboard. So that's really cool. I think that's nice. But definitely can do some work with this guy. Yeah, so once I got that beeswax, what he said there'd be a ton of it on there. There wasn't that much on there. It was fine. It was fine. To me, I've seen a whole lot more before, so I think that's totally cool. Did he imprint? Okay, I thought he initialed it or something. Put his initials on there or something. That would have been cool. Yeah, it's really smooth all the way around. I do like that. I like how he got the pins in there. Yeah, it'd be cool if Mr. Eddie ever did like a video on how he makes his knives. I think that'd be kind of cool. Even if he did the full cap video, and he's some of us, we could go out there and help him edit his video if he wanted to do a nice, cut it down to like a 15-20 minute kind of little quick synopsis. That would be cool. But this is definitely neat. I like that. It is handmade. It's done well. I gotta admit, I am definitely digging that. Yeah, I'm not finding anything sharp. Even up here, this is nice up here as well. I mean, it's a little sharp up here, but it's not sharp. It's not going to like scrape my nails. But it's like for a fixed blade, I want that little edge because I'm usually going to do a Ferris rod, right? So my fixed blades I take for a Ferris rod. I mean, even over here, you're going to have a little bit of an edge. You're going to have this up here because you want to be able to do a Ferris rod, right? So that's definitely, to me, seems like that would be the purpose of this right here. And I like this. He put a little lip on here, which to me is nice because you want to be able to release that, especially if I do like an Ulti clip in the pocket and I want to just drop it out and pull it out. I can do that. You'll see that over here. There's like a thumb right here where I can release it like that as well. This has a little release like that. That's cool. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I dig that. I dig that a lot. Then they're nice and solid, not coming out. Okay, all right, so I feel like I did a slight little itty bitty. I got a couple of sheets now. I saved some of these papers because I thought these would make good papers for like cut tests. So I got a couple of these. So let's see how it goes. I mean, you saw me strop it a little bit, but I didn't do much. Let's see. All right. Now here's the thing. It's a thick blade. It's cutting nicely, and I'll tell you here. Let me show you. It's so thick. It is so thick. Oh my gosh. Such a thick blade. There we go. You see that? Yeah, when I'm back here, it's a little thicker on the back part right there. But you can see that. So here we go. Well, I got to get through it. It's getting that first cut to come through is going to be a little bit of the challenge, right? Because it's such a thick blade. So... oh gosh, I'm struggling here. Struggling here. There we go. There we go. There we go. I mean, it's thick. That's the deal with blades like this. I mean, it's a whole different game if you cut with a thinner knife. You know, I mean, like here. I mean, honestly, just so you know, you're looking at a blade stock thickness. I'm going to guess this is 0.12, 0.13 to 0.14 thickness, and then you've got a knife like this right here that's like maybe 0.1, much thinner blade, much thinner angle. So I mean, obviously, that's gonna cut a little bit easier because this is obviously a thinner blade. So thinner blades will always have better cutting geometry, but this still cuts really well. Still cuts really well for a thick blade. And you know, I like crazy sharp. So you know what I'm gonna do with this? If this stays around here too long, he may get it back. If this goes back, he may get this back as a really, really sharp knife, if not. Because I will probably be doing a little bit of this on this. And if it's 1095 or 440C, I don't know what or HC or whatever, not sure what steel he used. I'm kind of curious. I'll need to ask him for when we do the full review on this knife. But this is just by the way, this is just an unboxing and first impression. So if you're wondering, I'm not reviewing the knife. I don't know the details. This is just my first impression, handling it, trying to get my impression. How do I like this knife? What do I think of it? You know, what are my first thoughts on it? I think it's pretty stinking cool. I think it's pretty stinking cool. I will say that much. I do like that a lot. Yeah, I like the texture, what he did here. I don't know how he did that, if that's like just a piece of metal that was already coarse like that, and he left it to kind of give that kind of a property to it. I think that's cool. That's pretty stinking cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's already starting to get crazy sharp. So I will do this for a little bit, probably before we get the review, and I guarantee you, I mean, you saw I was shaving my arm, so it shaves. It's shave sharp. It's just not crazy sharp. And the geometry for this is meant to be like a workhorse type of knife to me. Oh, yeah. That's nice. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, you know, depending on if he did it, the sharpening on a belt, you know, I don't know if he did a whole lot of leather stropping, but after you sharpen on a belt, I always recommend a little bit of leather stropping, because the leather stropping is just going to get that all the burr off and kind of make it nice and smooth on both sides. I think it's definitely worth your time if you can do that. So I think that's kind of really cool. Yeah, that's nice. All right, we'll put that off to the side. Very cool little blade indeed. I am digging this one a lot. I think it's very fun to carry or to check out. I would like to maybe possibly carry it if he's okay with me putting an ulti clip on there and carrying it. I think that would be fun. So very, very neat little knife. So there you go. This is, I don't even know what he calls this. If I know what he calls it, I'll have the name up here temporarily. If not, it'll be in the description down below. I got to ask him. I don't know what he would call this knife. What is the name? I mean, I gave it a name and he said, we're going with that. I don't know if that then becomes the name, but does he call this design something? I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's handmade. He just made it. He sent it to me to check out. So there you go. So I'm sure he's got like a design motif or whatever that he would have for this one. I mean, because I got to think this is not the first one he's ever made looking like this, right? So he's got to have it, because he did this well. So you don't make these well if you haven't made them before, at least in my opinion. So there you go. All right. Well, hey, Mr. Eddie, thank you for letting me check this knife out. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon about it. But hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the channels really helps out the channel. Produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you. Thank you to everyone who watches the videos, who likes the channel, who enjoys the content, who watches the live stream. I appreciate you guys so very much. And if you haven't already, maybe hit that notification button as well, so you can be notified of future content like this video. And also a big shout out to all my channel members. Thank you to you guys. I sure appreciate you. And if you didn't know, the channel members really allow this channel to do some things that we did way earlier than I ever thought we'd be able to do. Honestly, it would take probably another year, 2 years to even be able to consider some of the things that are being done if it weren't for the channel members. So I am grateful. I'm grateful to everybody, just so you know. I'm grateful to everybody. But I thank you for the channel members who allow me to do a little extra stuff with the channel, a little extra, things. And I'm very grateful to you guys. So just know that. If you've been on the fence and you thought, hey, I'd like to become a channel member, I would be honored. I'd love to have you. Don't ever feel obligated, but I would be honored. If you're interested, check out the link in the description down below. There's a link for 3 different tiers. Be honored in any level of here that you'd want to support the channel, it'd be great. Hey, and as a small way for me to say thank you, I do a once a month members exclusive giveaway. Usually it's a very nice knife. It's not just a little budget knife. Not that a budget knife is not great giveaway, but I make sure it's a little extra nice. A lot of you guys have been so generous with the membership, so I want to make sure I'm generous back to you guys to say thank you, to show my appreciation. So I go out of my way to looking for knives like that. So that is what I do to say thank you. And if you're a brand new channel member, or you've been a channel member for a while and you've never asked me and you're a channel member right now, or you were a channel member before and you just became a channel member again and you've never asked me before, email me with your name and address, and I would love to send you a channel member sticker. My small way to say thank you to you. I very much appreciate you guys. So that's my small way to just, thank you. Thank you for everything. All right. Well, if you haven't already, check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.